सुरू करू का?
हो.
सुरू व्हायला वेळ आहे ना?
नाही सुरूच करते.
Greetings to all. Thanks to the scientific committee of MOS to allow me share my experiences of teleophthalmology. Teleophthalmology is a broad term we have tried to define here. However, for us, it's been use of telephones, computer, internet and mobile towards reaching ophthalmic care to needy patients. Initial reports of use of teleophthalmology by Shankar Netralaya and Arvind Eye Care Systems in delivery of eye health to remote inaccessible areas is well known and documented. Our pre-COVID era experiences were varied. The first landmark case was a group of 25 agriculture college hostel inmates who developed sudden pain, redness, photophobia late at night. A telephone call by their warden enabled me to take history and diagnose it as photic keratopathy due to exposure to welding. We could also administer treatment, bringing relief to a group of youngsters. Such an innocuous activity by family friends, sharing wedding pictures on internet, resulted in this accidental discovery of white reflex in a child's eye. Red flag was raised, followed by examination and treatment. The whole exercise saved the girl's life. Today she is seeing and fine, though with one eye enucleated. One of my close relatives in USA, a 29-year-old female, complained of itching and rash on her face on the eve of a job interview. Her voice calls did not materialize, and therefore she resorted to a Skype call. The Skype call immediately enabled me to recognize the rash as that of herpes zoster. Treatment followed, a successful job interview and a good job were the natural follow-ups. COVID times and lockdown meant difficult times for the patients. Many patients called, sent their pictures on WhatsApp. All helped us to diagnose and manage some common ailments like conjunctivitis, subconjunctival hemorrhage and hordeolum externum. However, a landmark case stands out. A marine officer aboard a freighter ship near the African coast had sudden painless marked diminution of vision. He was diagnosed as having rhegmatogenous retinal detachment and was advised surgery by the doctors on the coast. The issues were, is it retinal detachment? Is it okay to operate there? And how to return to India in absence of transport? I was consulted at this stage. I taught him through WhatsApp video call how to perform certain tests and report back, and also get an OCT done. Lo and behold, it was as suspected by me, CSCR, central serous chorioretinopathy. He was advised conservative management, certified to work aboard the ship till the next port of call, where he underwent repeat OCT, and fortunately the CSCR had settled in the 40 days time. A grateful officer's nightmare of getting stuck in Africa for months was thus averted because of teleophthalmology. In the pre-lockdown period, a female patient had received intravitreal Avastin for her central retinal vein occlusion in the left eye. During lockdown, her son calls up to say that she was fine till 2 days ago when she started having pain, redness in the left eye. Alarm bells rang in form of suspicion of neovascular glaucoma. Patient was called to the hospital, PRP was done in 3 sittings, and repeat intravitreal Avastin was done. 4 months down the line, there is no NVI, IOP is 18 millimeters with a beta blocker. Important was to suspect and administer prompt treatment. What is in it for all of us? COVID and lockdowns have made us open our eyes better to the possibility of effective use of teleophthalmology. Smartphones, ability of common people to use them have brought teleophthalmology to one's individual practice, no more confining it to the big institutes with vans and satellites. Availability of software and apps in days to come will further help us in this cause. So what are you waiting for? Avail of this avenue of helping reach ophthalmic care to all those in need. Happy teleophthalmology days. Thank you.